8th grade Open Up Resources Illustrative Mathematics. Unit 7, Lesson 1. Problem number 1. Write each expression using an exponent. A. 1 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Written as an exponent, that would be 7 to the 5th power. B. 1 times 4/5 5 different times. As an exponent, that's equivalent to 4/5 to the power of 5, or 4/5 to the 5th power. C. 1 times 9.3 8 different times. Expressed as an exponent, that would be 9.3 to the power of 8. D. The number of coins Jada will have on the 8th day if Jada starts with 1 coin and the number of coins doubles every day. She has 2 coins on the first day of doubling. Doubling 2 coins for 8 days would be 2 to the power of 8. Problem number 2. Evaluate each expression. A. 2 to the 5th power. That's the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that equals 32. B. 3 to the power of 3. That would be expressed as 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 27. C. 4 to the 3rd power. That's 4 times 4 times 4, which is equivalent to 64. D. 6 to the 2nd power. That could be expressed as 6 times 6, which is 36. E. 1/2 to the power of 4. That can be expressed as 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2, which is equal to 1/16. F. 1/3 to the power of 2. That would be 1/3 times 1/3, which is equal to 1/9. Problem number 3. Claire made $160 babysitting last summer. She put the money in a savings account that pays 3% interest per year. If Claire doesn't touch the money in her account, she can find the amount she'll have the next year by multiplying her current amount by 1.03. A. How much money will Claire have in her account after 1 year and after 2 years? To find the amount she'd have after 1 year, multiply 160 by 1.03. After 1 year, Claire would have $164.80 in her account. To find out how much Claire would have in her account after 2 years, you need to multiply $164.80 by 1.03. After 2 years, Claire would have $169.74 in her account. B. How much money will Claire have in her account after 5 years? Explain your reasoning. Let's build a table. The column on the left will be the number of years. The column in the middle will multiply the previous balance by 1.03, and the column on the right will be the balance. After the first year, the balance was $164.80. After the second year, the balance was $169.74. To make the balance more accurate, I'm going to multiply the entire decimal number by 1.03. So 169.744 times 1.03 equals 174.83632. which is approximately $174.84. To find the balance in year 4, we need to multiply 174.83632 times 1.03, and that equals 180.0852, which is approximately $180.09. Now finally, to find the balance after 5 years, we need to multiply 180.0852 times 1.03, which equals $185.487756, which is approximately $185.49. This can also be done by multiplying 160 times 1.03 to the power of the number of years. So for example, if we put an x to represent the number of years, it would be 160 times 1.03 to the power of x. Simply substitute the x with the number of years. We'll use this strategy for C. Write an expression for the amount of money Claire would have after 30 years if she never withdraws any money from the account. Substitute the exponent x with 30. So the expression would read 160 times 1.03 to the power of 30. You can also see that using an x as a multiplication symbol can be quite confusing, and some people might mistake it as a variable. By removing the x, it still reads 160 times 1.03 to the power of 30. To save time, you can see that I'm using a calculator to multiply 160 times 1.03 to the power of 30. And the answer is 388.361,99539, which is equivalent to 388.36. or $388.36. Number 4, the equation y equals 5,280x gives the number of feet y in x miles. What does the number 5,280 represent in this relationship? There are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. Problem number 5. The points 2 and 4 and points 6 and 7 lie on a line. What is the slope of the line? We can use this formula to find the slope of these two sets of points. M, the slope, will always be equal to the difference of the y values divided by the difference of the x values. So we can write this as m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now let's rewrite this as m equals y2, and y2 is 7 minus y1. y1 is 4 over x2. x2 is 6 minus x1, and x1 is 2. Since 7 minus 4 is 3 and 6 minus 2 is 4, m equals 3 over 4. So the slope is 3 over 4. Problem number 6 from 8th grade, Unit 2, Lesson 6. The diagram shows a pair of similar figures, one contained in the other. Name a point and a scale factor for a dilation that moves the larger figure to the smaller one. In the lower left-hand corner of the graph, you'll see I've identified center point A. And here I've identified the larger figure by outlining it in blue. And here you can see I've outlined the smaller figure. The larger figure has a height of 6 units and a base of 3 units. And the smaller figure has a height of 2 units and a base of 1 unit. The larger shape is 3 times larger than the smaller shape, and the smaller shape is 1/3 the size of the larger shape. The scale factor for a dilation that moves the larger figure to the smaller figure would be a 1/3 scale factor, because the larger figure would have to reduce its size to 1/3 of its original size. You can show your support for my YouTube channel by subscribing and leaving a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.